lingerie store never had a single customer walk through the door, yet I was raking in cash every day. Why? Because this lingerie shop was in the underworld, and all my customers were ghosts. Even if I sold a tattered piece of cloth for a sky-high price of 10,000 underworld coins, it would still fly off the shelves. Flat-chested girls would instantly turn into busty ghosts after wearing my products, and even 60-year-old men would regain their confidence. It turns out I was forcibly dragged into a game called the Thriller World as a sales clerk in a barely there clothing store. The game lasted 7 days, and I had to meet a daily sales target of 200 underworld coins, or else I'd have to pay with my body. The rules were strict: never defy the customers during work hours, or face severe punishment. There were 4 other players like me. The boss lady, Scarlet Ghost, explained that the store was divided into 5 sections. We had 3 minutes to choose which section we wanted to work in. Everyone rushed to pick the women's and children's sections because, let's face it, selling to women and kids is easy money. But me? I went straight for the lingerie section that nobody else wanted. Everyone was betting that I wouldn't last more than 3 days, but I didn't care. Why? Because I had awakened a special talent called Saintly Aura. Not only did it give me a basic level of goodwill from the ghosts, but I could even earn rewards by helping others. More importantly, I had a skill called Silver Tongue, which made it easy for me to gain the trust of the ghosts with just a few words. Before long, Elder Ghost walked into the lingerie section with a little boy in tow. The kid hid behind Elder Ghost, nervously eyeing me, probably because I was a human, unlike him. Maybe it was the divine cheat kicking in, but Elder Ghost wasn't hostile at all. In fact, he politely asked me to pick out a pair of underwear for the child. "Come on, little guy, let me help you measure your size," I said. Thanks to my silver tongue, the boy, who had been so shy before, slowly came closer to me. Elder Ghost looked surprised. He knew that his grandson usually wouldn't let even a well-known neighbor get close to him. After confirming the size, I pulled a pair of boxers off the shelf and explained, for his first time, this boxer style will be more comfortable. The material is soft and breathable. I then showed him another pair made from a slightly lower quality fabric. This one isn't as breathable, but it's still pretty good. Without hesitation, Elder Ghost chose the better, more expensive pair. My first sale was done, 20 underworld coins in the bag, and I earned an additional 20 divine points and 40 underworld coins as a reward for helping out. I couldn't help but feel excited. Who would have thought that completing tasks would be considered helping others too? But the other players weren't having it as easy. Blondie, who ran into Bald Ghost after the Elder Ghost encounter, nervously brushed his bangs, and Bald Ghost ripped his scalp off on the spot. "A mere human dares to mock me?" Bald Ghost sneered, carrying the bloody scalp as he walked away, even placing it on his own head as he left. Blondie was in agony but didn't dare leave the counter for a second. He knew that if he left without reason during work hours, Scarlet Ghost would have his head. Literally, soon after, my second customer arrived, a skinny ghost who looked like he had indulged in too many vices. Without hesitation, I grabbed a pair of high-end underwear from the shelf. "Hey, brother, why don't you try this electromagnetic therapy boxer? It's the latest product. Wear it for a month, and the electric stimulation will have your little buddy performing better than ever." Lust Ghost's eyes lit up at my words. "I'll give it a shot. If it works, I'll bring my friends here to support your business." Just like that, 200 underworld coins were in my pocket, and I earned another 20 divine points and 400 underworld coins for helping out. Turns out, no man, ghost or not, can resist that kind of promise. And as for whether it works after a month, well, I'd be long gone from this game by then. With Lust Ghost gone, my sales quota for the day was met, meaning I didn't have to stick around in my section anymore. I decided to check on the others, thinking I might earn some extra divine points if anyone needed help. The women's section was the closest to the lingerie area. When I got there, Pinky stared at me in shock. "How did you dare leave your counter?" she asked. I waved it off casually. "I've already met my sales quota for today." My response nearly made her drop to her knees in awe. "Has it even been an hour?" she asked, still in disbelief. Before she could say more, a drowned ghost with soaking wet hair walked up, pointing at a green dress. "Let me try this on," the ghost demanded. Pinky hesitated. The ghost was dripping wet, and if she tried it on and didn't buy it, Pinky would be in big trouble. But under the ghost's cold gaze, she reluctantly handed over the dress. A few minutes later, Drowned Ghost came out of the fitting room, holding the dress. "This size doesn't fit me. Get me a smaller one," she said, making Pinky's scalp tingle with fear. Her worst prediction had come true. The dress was already starting to drip with water. How could she swap it now? Seeing her dilemma, I quickly grabbed Drowned Ghost's hand and led her back to the lingerie section. Let me help you out with this, I said confidently. Drowned Ghost looked at me in surprise, thinking, wow, this guy's really fearless, going all out just to make money. But somehow, she couldn't get mad, especially seeing how serious I was. I pulled out a silicone push-up bra and suggested, try this one. It'll give you a boost, and that dress will fit perfectly. After all, big stores can push their weight around, right? Drowned Ghost put on the bra, changed back into the dress, and couldn't help but marvel at her new figure. She not only paid for the bra but also bought 3 more in different colors. Another easy 120 underworld coins in the bag. Before leaving, she thought for a moment and handed me a shell as a token of appreciation. The system immediately notified me, identified item, rock shell. Automatically blocks 5 attacks from vengeful spirits or lower. It turns out that in the thriller world, ghosts are ranked across 9 levels, from the weakest wandering spirits to resentful ghosts, vengeful spirits, red-clothed, blood-clothed, fear, disaster, unspeakable, and destruction. What a find! Even Scarlet Ghost, the boss, was only at the vengeful spirit level. Pinky was immensely grateful to me. She had no idea what she would have done without my help. After saying goodbye to Pinky, I bumped right into Scarlet Ghost. Who told you to leave your counter? She snapped. I politely explained that I had already completed my sales quota for the day and just wanted to take a look around the store to better understand the situation for future sales. Scarlet Ghost, who seemed ready to explode, gave me a surprised look. She must have figured I wasn't lying. After all, if my numbers didn't add up by the end of the day, I'd be dead meat. Before I knew it, I found myself wandering into the men's section. The player responsible for this area was Violet. Compared to the others, she was doing pretty well, having already made 160 underworld coins. She was relieved, saying, at least Scarlet Ghost isn't the type to kill on sight. This beginner-level dungeon isn't as tough as the rumors online made it out to be. After chatting for a bit, I wandered over to the children's section, where the male player in charge was helping a ghost couple pick out clothes. He seemed to know exactly what he was doing, probably had some experience in retail. Finally, I headed to the elderly section, where Blondie was having the worst time. His scalp was a bloody mess, and he was missing an eye. He told me that after Bald Ghost had ripped off his scalp, Granny Ghost showed up. While she was picking out clothes, her eyeball popped out, and Blondie accidentally stepped on it. He ended up having to pay for it with his own eye. Seeing his pitiful state, I tried to comfort him. As long as you make enough money, you can buy a new one to replace it. It turns out that in the thriller world, as long as you're alive, you can buy back any organ or body part with underworld coins. A new eyeball costs around 300 coins, not too bad. But for other players, completing their daily task would only earn them about 30 underworld coins a day. By noon, everyone was ready for a break, and we had a 2-hour lunch period. Pinky was in tears, heartbroken at the sight of her boyfriend's miserable condition. Then another male player raised a concern. The clothing store didn't have a cafeteria, so we had to figure out our own meals. But none of us had earned any wages on the first day. Just then, Scarlet Ghost walked over with a lunchbox. Prince, you did well today. Here's a meal for you. Keep up the good work. With that, she headed upstairs to the dorms, leaving everyone else staring at me with envy. Seeing their hungry eyes, I quickly suggested we divide the meal into 5 portions so that everyone could at least have a bite. It wasn't much, but it was better than nothing. Successfully helping others earned me 80 divine points and a snack pack. That afternoon, as I was dozing off out of boredom at the counter, a few ghostly figures floated over. When I looked up, I saw Drowned Ghost. Hey, handsome, I brought some friends for you, she said. Behind her were Stitch Ghost and Bandage Ghost. The one thing they all had in common. They were flat as boards. Drowned Ghost introduced them. Stitch Ghost, in life, had been an extreme sports enthusiast who died in a tragic accident when her equipment failed, leaving her body in pieces. Though she'd been stitched back together, she was still missing the most important part, silicone. Bandage Ghost, on the other hand, had been burned to death in a fire. She had always been flat, even before the accident. Hearing this, I quickly recommended a thick padded sports bra for Stitch Ghost and a breathable, lightweight bra for Bandage Ghost. Both ghosts were thrilled with the results and ended up buying 4 sets each. As a token of appreciation, they gave me a rope and a matchstick. The system identified these items. The bungee safety rope could bind any ghost below the vengeful spirit level, making it impossible for them to escape, and lighting the matchstick could repel ghosts below the vengeful spirit level. This earned me an additional 40 divine points and 480 underworld coins. Man, what a haul. After a long day of work, Scarlet Ghost began handing out wages. Blondie had only made 50 underworld coins in sales, so he didn't earn any wages. Scarlet Ghost warned him that if he failed to meet his sales quota for 3 consecutive days, he would face severe punishment. Glasses had made 230 underworld coins in sales, earning him 30 underworld coins as wages. Pinky and Violet had sales of 300 and 330 underworld coins, respectively, and each earned 40 underworld coins. As the top seller, I had racked up 580 underworld coins in sales, earning 50 underworld coins in wages, plus a 30 coin bonus. After announcing our wages, Scarlet Ghost informed everyone that we'd all be staying in the second-floor dormitory for the night. She strictly warned us not to go outside after dark, not to open any doors or windows, and definitely not to go up to the 3rd floor. She also mentioned that there was a vending machine at the store entrance where we could buy food, but reminded us not to leave the shop when purchasing items. If you step more than 5 meters away and get snatched by another ghost, don't say I didn't warn you. The others looked at the wages in my hand with envy. I suggested that since it wasn't safe outside, we should buy some food quickly and head back to the dorm to rest.